Welcome back to Reap the Gems podcast.
Yo, so I do have a question for you guys, right? Mm-hmm. Would it ever be hard for you guys to sit here and tell, anybody that y'all close to the truth about them? Like for instance, right? Let's say if I was to go ahead and I do something, kind of shady or a little flaw towards Mozzarella. Sap, would it be hard for you to tell me about that, or kind of like put me like in place or correction, or how would you go about that? You feel like it got to be handled between us, or would you really let me know how I did or what I did was kind of foul or anything? Would that be hard for you to do, or you just gonna let it ride?
It depends if like both of y'all my dogs.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if both of y'all my dogs, as me being your dog, you should never take my constructive criticism into emotions. You should never make it emotionalized. You know what I'm saying? So when I tell you something, I feel like because we have that bond, you're supposed to be able to respect me or my thoughts.
Okay.
Just the same way I respect you on your thoughts. So if you say, oh, like you come telling me behind his back, oh, damn, that boy did some green ass shit, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, well, that's his way of doing things.
Right.
You can't fault him for him being him.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna take sides. I'm gonna tell you, hey, you wrong, because I'm a person I'm always for what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I always loved about you. Like, bruh, Sagittarius, bro, and some Sagittarius, they some of the most brutally honest fucking people, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
And I always love that about him because, and it kind of built me to be tougher too, because it's like, the truth hurts, bro. You can't spell the word truth without the same letters it take to spell hurt.
Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
You need that hurt. You feel me?
True.
You need that hurt because it's gonna build you, bro. No pain, no gain.
Yeah.
So you gotta go through pain in order to elevate. So I like when people keep it brutally honest with me, so I could be better. Because if nobody keeping it real with you, they don't want to see you better.
It's just like, bro, I don't understand why people gotta sit up here and lie about something so small.
Because now you gotta maintain that dumbass shit.
Yeah, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? If you felt a certain way or you felt like, that way wasn't right, then say that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It don't
So
make
we can
sense
fix
to
what we got going.
don't beat around the bush and then tell me afterwards, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's 2 weeks down the line. You could have told me the same day.
Yeah. Oh, really? So you a type of person where you like just nip it in the bud?
Definitely.
Or you don't let time
You don't let it linger.
No,
you don't let it linger.
Let it
Don't let shit linger.
I'm gonna let it slide the first 2 times. And that's just because vividly I just want to see if you make the same mistakes over and over.
Yeah.
Okay.
But after the second time, I'm gonna just be like, listen, man, look, you done did it before. Don't you get it?
Yeah, exactly.
You did it already.
Yeah, that's a fact.
What's the point of doing it again? You did it, bro. Let's move on from that. Let's start to work on the things to get better. You know what I'm saying?
All right, but how do you know when to gauge, when to confront them about that, right? Because I believe in timing. I
I think it's when you feel comfortable.
But what he said, he had a point. He said, if we your dogs, if you my dog, then that means you'll feel the same way I feel when I tell you something. Now that means you ain't really my dog. Then that means you don't think of me the same way I think of you. Basically, if you could tell me something and I could take it and run with it without having to say nothing to nobody, then you telling me something, I'm like, oh, yeah, that green ass nigga said, that I'm really not your dog then, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? Let's be real. Because if he say, hey, bro, you know what I'm saying, don't tell nobody.
Yeah.
You feel me? Blase squash, I'm be like, shh. I already done put that in the chamber and locked that, go away.
Yeah.
I act like I ain't even heard it.
But let me ask you a question. If he go ahead and he talk to you and he tell his side of the story, and I be like, yo, let me tell you what this man Mozzarella did.
Right.
Like, you not going to tell me his side of the story?
No, I'm not. What
Cap.
I'm going to say is like, nah.
Yeah.
Why I would say that? Because I'm a person who like to leave it at a full flesh.
Yeah.
I don't like to
That's
over-escalate.
even playing field right there.
I like to de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
So what I like to do is, oh yeah, nah. And I might go back to him and be like, bruh. So what happened at that time? They said,
yeah,
okay.
And I'm like,
I gotta
and then he gonna have to straighten up his. I want to hear from him.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the real was, because he gonna have to say, because you can't tell the lie twice.
Right. You gonna get tangled up in that lie, man.
So at the end of the day, I get where you're coming from, but as you having a dog, bro, and you calling this person your day one, bro, you know what I'm saying? There's no reason to sit up here and lie.
Yeah.
Or even if it's not a lie, it's just like, just keep it honest, bro, because we all dogs. Like, you should be able to tell me something. If you like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, them jeans ain't hitting today, bro.
Yeah.
Don't let me go out with the jeans knowing they ain't hitting.
Yeah.
You feel me? Just straight up. If I tell Zito, bro, them glasses ain't you, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What I know is him.
It's
But
him.
I'm just saying, they look good, bro. What I'm saying,
Yeah.
example, is like, bro, I'm like, bro, them glasses ain't you, bro. At least I want him to know that before he step out. That's like you having something on your teeth.
Yeah.
And I let you go out there talking and stuff. And then the other nigga looking at you in your face like, bro, what is that?
Hell no. Come on. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no.
What is that in your teeth, bro? And then
and the nigga been riding you all day.
Hey, in my mind though, I'm like, bro, this nigga been around me all day, seeing this shit on my TV, and he ain't said not one time. But you know what I'm saying? That's just me. I mean, how you feel about that?
To be real with you, sometimes I do feel like it's appropriate to kind of let things, I don't want to say linger, but I do want to say to let things calm down, because sometimes doing things at that moment, let's say if you high, I'm high. Now we just gonna clap.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, and you guys are in relationships, and y'all know how it is. It's like being in a relationship.
Like two
right?
positives, just
you feel me?
Yeah.
So my thing is this: when your lady go high, what you do? Go low.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? You gotta de-escalate. Because if your dog is high, now I'm high. Guess what we gonna do as homies?
Yeah.
Clash.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know what? It's probably not appropriate for me to even address this man right now, because I'm so mad. I might just do something.
You know it ain't gonna turn out right.
I know it ain't gonna come out right. So
That's why I say don't
let me let a day go by.
Let
me maybe let 2 days go by and be like, man, let me
before you address it.
You feel me? Just
what I want you to do right now is, because what you're saying, it all depends. It depends on the type of topic we're talking about. Yeah. So I want you to give me a prime example. It don't have to be the same example, but a prime example, so that way, like, because I can tell you how I will go about that prime example. Go ahead.
Right, because some things you gotta address it right then and there. Some things, like, I'm gonna sit back.
Because some things can be more crucial.
Okay.
Some things can be more crucial to a point where it might get out of hand,
out of control.
So sometimes you gotta be quiet.
Yeah.
You know
so let me ask you a question, right?
Right.
And I'm gonna ask you guys, right? And I'm gonna ask you guys, because you guys have kids, right?
Right.
So let's say, you know what I'm saying, your lady, right? She go ahead and I sit here and I say, hey, how you doing to your lady or whatever, right? And you notice that she didn't even respond to me. She ignored me. How y'all going about that? Are y'all gonna let it just slide, let it just go, or are you gonna address her right then and there? Or
right then and
how would y'all have to do it? What would y'all do about that? And would it be in front of me, or it won't be in front of me? How would y'all do that?
Right then and there, I'm gonna be like, hey, babe, you ain't just hear Zito say what's up? And I'm gonna talk to her when we get home, like, bro, why you doing that? You know what I'm saying? Like, one thing about it, bro, we gotta keep these broads in check, man. When it comes to respect, you gonna have that respect. Now, if she had a headache, or she in a bad mood, or she genuinely didn't hear you,
gonna tell them that.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell Z that, like, oh, bro, she didn't hear you, bro. You know, you know what I'm saying? Because we like Sap said, we want to de-escalate the situation.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how.
How would you go about that, though?
Yeah, the same way. I mean, I find it very rude in general if somebody speaks and then somebody. I hate that when I walk into a store or something like that, and somebody will literally walk past somebody that just said hello or good morning.
Yeah.
And the person just act like they didn't hear a word they just said. I don't know if you deaf, or you just didn't care. Because honestly, I find that rude. But like you said, I'm address them. Be like, look, said, hey, my dog just said, what's up, man? He said, well, good morning. And she's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You know what I'm saying? But I do find that rude. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So that's a situation. That's a scenario where that has to be nipped in the bud, right?
Definitely. I get 100% what you're saying.
So
it's not even a lack of respect.
So basically, it's the circumstances that you know, that makes the decision of if you're addressing
yes,
something.
yes,
Either
depends on the circumstance,
or
for sure.
if you should let things die down and then go ahead and address it.
Yeah. Y'all comment, man. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like, do you address the situation right then and there, or it depends on the situation? Because I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it does depend, because it can get real rowdy too fast, or
you either address it right then and there, or it's like, man, that shit ain't even
that serious.
Yeah.
So y'all comment and let us know.